The engagement ring box slipped from Ethan's trembling hands and landed between them with a dull thud. Every conversation in the crowded restaurant faded into silence inside his mind as Lily, his best friend of 12 years, looked at him with tears gathering in her eyes. She bent down, picked up the tiny velvet box, pressed it back into his palm, leaned close enough that only he could hear, and whispered, "I don't want to fake it anymore." In that single heartbeat, the lie they had invented to fool everyone around them suddenly became the truth neither of them knew how to face. Some stories begin with a first kiss, while others begin with a broken heart. This one began with two people who believed friendship was the safest place love could never reach. Ethan and Lily had spent years laughing at everyone who insisted they would eventually end up together. They rolled their eyes whenever strangers assumed they were a couple and always answered with the same joke. "We're too good at being friends to ruin it with romance." They believed those words until life forced them to pretend otherwise. What started as a harmless lie slowly changed the way they looked at each other, revealing feelings they had buried beneath years of shared memories, quiet sacrifices, and unspoken dreams. But discovering love is one thing. Risking a friendship that has become your home is something entirely different. Before we begin, if you enjoy emotional and inspiring stories like this, make sure to support the channel by liking this video, subscribing, and sharing your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps us bring more powerful stories of kindness, hope, and humanity. 3 months earlier, Ethan had been perfectly content living alone in his small apartment above an old bookstore. His mornings started with burnt coffee, rushed breakfasts, and a phone call from Lily reminding him to eat something healthier. She knew him better than anyone else, even better than his own parents sometimes. They had met in middle school after Ethan defended her from a group of classmates making fun of the oversized glasses she wore. Instead of thanking him politely, she had challenged him to a race across the playground, insisting she didn't need anyone to rescue her. He lost the race but gained a best friend for life. As adults, their lives moved in different directions without pulling them apart. Ethan became a graphic designer working from home, while Lily taught music at a local elementary school. Their schedules rarely matched, but somehow they still found time for Friday movie nights, Sunday breakfasts, and random late-night conversations that stretched until sunrise. Everyone admired their friendship, though almost everyone misunderstood it. One rainy evening Lily stormed into Ethan's apartment, soaked from head to toe and carrying a paper bag filled with takeout containers. She threw herself onto his couch and sighed dramatically. "My mother invited another guy over for dinner." Ethan laughed. "Number 12 this year?" 14. "I've lost count." "So have I." She rubbed her forehead before looking at him with exhausted eyes. "I told her I wasn't interested in dating anyone right now. And she said I keep rejecting people because I'm secretly in love with you." Ethan nearly choked on his drink. "She actually said that. Word for word." He couldn't stop laughing until Lily tossed a dinner roll at his face. "It's not funny." "It is a little funny. It isn't when every family gathering turns into an interrogation." Before Ethan could respond, his own phone buzzed. His older sister had sent another message asking whether he planned to attend their cousin's wedding alone. Lily peeked over his shoulder. "Let me guess. They're trying to set you up again." He nodded. "My aunt has already picked 3 possible brides." Lily burst into laughter this time. "See? Now who's suffering?" An idea slowly formed between them, ridiculous enough to sound brilliant. "What if," Lily said carefully, "we just pretend?" Ethan frowned. "Pretend what?" "That we're dating." He stared at her for several seconds before smiling. "Long enough to survive your family dinners and my cousin's wedding." "Exactly. No real romance. No awkward kissing. No catching feelings." She extended her hand. "Just best friends acting." He shook it. "Deal." Neither of them realized that some promises are impossible to keep. The performance began the following weekend. At the wedding reception, Lily slipped her hand into Ethan's as they entered the ballroom. It felt strangely natural, almost frighteningly comfortable. His relatives immediately stopped asking uncomfortable questions and instead welcomed Lily with delighted smiles. His grandmother hugged her tightly and whispered, "I knew it would be you." Lily smiled politely, but those words echoed inside her long after the music ended. Over the following weeks, pretending became surprisingly easy. They attended family dinners together, shared photos online, and laughed whenever friends congratulated them. Their fake relationship solved every problem they expected. Then it created new ones. Ethan started noticing tiny details he had ignored for years. The way Lily tucked loose strands of hair behind her ear while concentrating. The quiet hum she made while cooking dinner. The gentle patience she showed every frightened child in her music class. None of those things were new, yet somehow they suddenly seemed impossible to overlook. Lily experienced the same confusion. During one afternoon picnic at the park, she caught herself watching Ethan play soccer with a group of children who had accidentally kicked their ball toward them. He laughed so freely that even strangers smiled as they passed by. One little boy tripped and scraped his knee. Ethan immediately knelt beside him, cleaned the wound with tissues from his backpack, and convinced him to keep playing with a goofy pirate impression. Lily couldn't stop smiling. "What?" Ethan asked after returning. "Nothing. You're staring." "I was thinking." "Dangerous." She rolled her eyes. "You'd make a good father someday." The joke faded before either of them laughed. For the first time since their fake relationship began, silence settled between them, carrying questions neither was ready to ask.